Hello, lovely people, wherever you are. How are you all doing? How are you feeling? How is the weather in your part of the woods? I hope that all is well with you and that we are raising well-adjusted children. You are listening to Souls of Light Ministry. And today, I'm going to tell you the number one reason why blended families do not work. The number one reason. And that is the other parent. The number one reason why blended families do not work is because of the other parent. That other parent is vile and nasty. That other parent is covered in self-hatred and they hide it in nice clothes and makeup. That other parent only know transactional love. As long as you do or give me, I will love you until you stop, then it is cat piss and pepper. Misery loves company. They don't want you to be happy. They don't understand that some people are better apart. Relationships end, things happen. And the breakup of a relationship is not one person's fault. It took two to start it, it took two to carry it on, and it took two to end it. But in the mind and the eyes of the other parent, it is a finger pointing. It is you do this to me, you do that. And without realizing there's no accountability, it is never a case where that other parent sits themselves down and say, I contributed to this. I behaved in this manner. I did XYZ. No, they don't ever take accountability. There is no accountability when a relationship ends. They curse that other parent in front of that child. They do not want the intended partner to be a part of that child's life. It is always about them and their feelings. They are always in their feelings. They don't ever put the well-being of that child first. They don't realize or understand that having bonus parents will not diminish the love that child has for them. It will not diminish. A child is going to love you no matter what. But you get scared of all in you little head and you say, you know what? Nobody's not raising my child but me. Your father is a dog. Your mother is a hoe in front of the children. And you know what happens? The children don't have any respect for that parent. Women, I am going to say this and I may get whatever, but at the end of the day, women are solely responsible for breaking up relationships and producing dysfunctional children. Women. And I often ask myself, like, what wrong with these people? Like, it ain't called for all of this. Because the relationship did not work with me, it mean it ain't gonna work with you. Because it didn't work with you, it does not mean that it will not work with somebody else. Put on your big girl panties and pull out your big boy drawers and suck it up. It is life. Things happen. And if you didn't want it to end, you should have taken accountability for the part you played. Point blank simple. It ain't rocket science. That parent plants seeds of hatred in that child. They never stop to think that they are raising somebody's husband, wife, or mother. What you put out into the world is just what you can get back. So when you get and you sow all of these nasty seeds of discord towards the child's parent and towards the parent's partner, what you think can happen? That child is going to grow up in relationships, and the slightest trigger, they're going to behave just like you. The slightest trigger, they are going to behave just like you. Check yourself. Parents who believe this way, Parents who behave this way are children growing in an adult body suffering from childhood traumas or unhealed hurts. Parents who behave this way are children growing in an adult body suffering from childhood traumas and unhealed hurts. So whatever happened to you as a child, you put in the back of your head. Nobody addressed your problem. Nobody addressed your situation, and it was allowed to fester, and you grew up into a teenager, and you were horrible. Nobody held you accountable for nothing. You were horrible as a teenager. You were horrible as a young adult. You got into relationships, and you were horrible. You were just a horrible human being. So you decide, you know what? I can create chaos. I can create havoc. Nobody else can raise my child. Your father is a this and your mother is a that. Cut it out. Cut it out. Understand that the devil wants children. And we can't sit down and hand them to him. We can't sit down and hand over the children to the devil. And that's where your nasty behavior doing, male and female. Whoever you are that knows that you behave like this, whoever you are that knows that you are in a blended family and you are a drama king and a drama queen, get it out, cut it out, stop it. It's foolishness. It didn't call for all of that. That child is going to get all the love and support from the bonus parent, from the other parent is living with, and from you. Know your place. Take a seat though. Call for all of that. Yes, I will agree that there are blended families that work. So much to the point that you don't hear the parents talking about stepchildren. They say my child, because they have accepted the man and they have accepted his children. They have accepted the woman and they have accepted their children. There are some men who I hear say they don't want no woman with no children as long as the other parent living. And I could understand why they say that, but in the end, you disadvantage the whole child because of the folly and the ignorance of the parent. You gotta stop. I was in a situation where this woman, the woman or the man I was dealing with at the time, the wife of the man that I was dealing with at the time, was nasty towards me. I mean, for like 10 years, this woman met my phone live. No, for 10 years, this woman met my life a living hell. She called the phone, the cell phone. She called the house phone. I had to put call blocking on my phones just to get rid of her. And when she realized that she could not get to me that way anymore, she got to me through her children. So when the man and I lived together, they came to the house with a nasty attitude. They didn't want to speak because of their mother's venomous, nasty behavior. They didn't want to speak. They took up things without asking because they believe there's my father's house and I could do what I like. I don't care about you. Like, for real? No, though, because I ain't dealing with that. I am not dealing with it. No. I can love you as long as you love me. I can treat you right as long as you treat me right. But as you come around me as a child with adult behavior, no, though. You step aside because you don't know what you're doing and you picking up your mother for your age and your father for your age and you picking up your parents' nasty behavior and it ain't gonna argue like because the slightest trigger, somebody triggers an emotion in you based on how your parents behave in the same said way. You will behave the same way. I really and truly want parents who behave like this to seek professional help in order to heal from whatever childhood traumas that you all experience that is causing you to be so vile and distasteful. You see, I am going to tell you all the truth. I'm coming on here to soft nothing. Women, I can only speak for women because I've never experienced a man being vile towards. I don't know, it happens, but I've never experienced it. However, I have experienced a woman. I have been at the brunt of a very nasty and vile female. I ain't gonna lie. And to show you that it is her character. She was in another relationship and she was in another relationship and her expectations and her reality did not meet. In other words, what she expected the man to do, he didn't do. So her reality didn't work out. And you know what she did? She called the man's wife and she spilled the tea. She created so much havoc in that relationship. But you know what's even more alarming? All these people still together to the same church and behaving like nothing happened. I was like really though? All of these people today still together, behaving as though nothing happened, going into the same said church, the synagogue of Satan, because there's no way that you can have a church as a pastor, as a priest, and don't know what's going on in it, and allowing these things to happen. You ain't giving these people the coaching, the counseling, the nothing. Them just in the church serving here, serving there, like nobody's business. Like nobody's business. This is a very passionate topic for me because you taking love away from a child because of your ignorance. A child can get love from you. A child can get love from the other parent that is living with, and the co-parent, the bonus parent. A child could be well loved. Look at it like that. Look at it like, you know what? I got this weekend here for myself because you go along by your father or your mother. But no, we want to be nasty and we want to be vile and we want to bite the children, because essentially what we turn and do then is that we do all we could, and then we give these children everything to call for. So when they go no to the other parent and the parent say no, there are boundaries over there at this house, we annoyed and we vexed and we want to go home. Because we did not take the time to understand boundaries, everybody should be on the same page. So if I am 12 years old and I come at you, my father, and you have a wife, or 12 years old and I come to you, my mother, and you have a husband, whatever rules in my house, all of us as adults will get together and create the same rule. You understand? Everybody on the same page. Everybody get together and this is what's going to happen. We don't allow this in here, so I would appreciate it if you don't allow this at you. And everybody come together and live like one happy family, but no, that don't happen. We get a lot of nasty women, vile and this vile women, you know. You imagine a woman making your life miserable for 10 years? Like really though? And everything that when she realized she couldn't get to me, she met my name snort with her children. She called my mother and she tell my mother whatever she felt like. And you know this, I have never had a relationship with my mother before that, and I don't have none now. Ask me how my mother is, I can't tell you. I do not know. Because apart from her self-righteous attitude towards me, a religion is in place that tells them that as long as you are not a part of their religion, you can't be socializing with them. Like, come on, though, there's my child. Like, I bring she in this where you telling me you want no. There's no religion. There's no man. There's nobody that can separate me from my child. It ain't happening. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. No. And in 2023, I would like you all to understand the devil wants our children, and we have to come together as civilized adults, be civil to each other, understanding that the child is in the middle and the child is the one that is going to suffer, not you. You ain't hurting the other parent. The other parent living its life is the child that can come up with a lot of emotional scars and a lot of emotional damage and have dysfunctional lives because of your nasty behavior. Oh, child, I feel an anointing coming on. This has been... If this message was useful and insightful to you, like, share, subscribe. This podcast would also be updated to YouTube. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let your timeline be someone else's lifeline. Until we meet again, shalom.